can remember being on the phone talking to my brother. Me and him would just be sitting there talking, just what's going on, little bro, just stuff like that. And you know what I mean? He was raised in the same house. So just that, all the conversations. When I left, my niece was 4 years old. I came home, my niece already had graduated. Like, you realize and see how much time, like I say, man, we was over in the old neighborhood, my grandma's old neighborhood. Wasn't nothing the same. Oh. Certain relationships weren't the same with people. I came home, some of my homeboys, it wasn't the same because it wasn't nothing bad, but we just
it's just different apart. Now.
Yeah, we grew apart. Like,
that's,
yeah. I got a chance to see things that other people didn't see, so our realities is totally different. So that was the hardest part. The transition was just like coming home. I knew what was going to happen on that end, but just seeing just how life affected different people. That was the difference. My name's Kenneth Holyfield, man. I'm a 3-time author, podcast, executive producer. I'm a serial entrepreneur.
Yeah. So go ahead and break down that entrepreneur. What you mean serial entrepreneur?
Man, I'm
just do this stuff over and over again?
Yeah, no, if it's about making bands, not about shaking hands. So, no, just in general, just like the things that I'm passionate about. That's what I make sure I always invest in, or find someone that's also as passionate as things I'm into. And you know what I'm saying? How can we come together and make something happen?
How does that work? How do you go about doing that? How do you go about finding those people that are on that same tip of, you know, connecting and networking and building something with other people?
It don't even be me, it be God. Like, you know what I'm saying? I understand that God put people in your life for a reason. So I don't even try to fight it no more, because you know what I'm saying, from day one, God has always put people in my life for a reason, either for a teachable moment or just, you know what I'm saying, just for something else. So that's how I look at it.
And how did those connections and networks guide you or help you start some of the things that you've decided to start as an entrepreneur?
Man, connections is everything. It ain't about what you know, it's who you know. Like, just far as dealing with anything. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always made sure I align myself with great people. So, once you align yourself with great people, just great things gonna happen regardless. Like, it's just everything gonna fall in place, basically.
How does interacting with your regular average person differ from interacting with people that are in the professional industry that you're trying to break into? How do you have to conduct yourself differently in order to kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Gel with these new connections?
Like, I don't look at nobody as a normal person, because, you know what I'm saying, like, everybody one idea away from doing something great. So I don't view nobody as being normal. I view everybody the same. I'm talking about this person can have $1, this person can have $100 million. So I view everybody on the same level, but it's just, you know, that's how I just view it.
What did you start first? What did you, when you were inside, you knew, we talked about the books last time, and you started these books before you got out. How did that start?
Man, it was so crazy, because like, before me being incarcerated, I was dealing into entertainment. So I had a bunch of people rap for me, and you know what I'm saying? And I did that with 3 different artists before I got incarcerated. And I knew that the Detroit scene was gonna bubble like it was. I've been listening to Detroit music my whole life, and I just knew for a fact, like, something in me, I just always gravitate to local music. So when I was incarcerated, I can never forget, like I said, I was in the cell, and the guy used to always ask me what I'm doing. So I was always taking notes, because when I came home, I had plans on doing something with those notes. Mm-hmm. And he was like, man, what you doing? I was like, man, just writing stuff down, everything. I've been a music head my whole life. So he looked at this, he said, bro, you need to write a book about this. And like I said, this is something I never thought about doing. This never even crossed my mind. And when he did that, he showed me a book. So once he showed me that book, I was like, I'm a type of person, I'm a visual type of person. You can tell me something all day, but once I see it done visually.
What book was this?
He wrote a book.
This is his book?
Yeah, this was his book. And this is why I never hold back information on nobody because the guy didn't do it. He showed me everything I needed to do to be successful with what I was doing. Like majority of guys in prison, you ask them something, you got to pay for the information, or just people in general. So once he showed me that, I said, all right, my brain started clicking. Like I'm a proactive person. Like you show me something, I'm gonna act on it. If it makes sense, if it lines up with how it's supposed to do, I said, all right. So then from there, like I say, I was having so much information. Like I say, I'm like a nerd with like music and history and stuff like that. So that's all I did all day was study what was going on, and then everything I already knew prior. And all I did was like, I would watch shows like the History Channel and stuff like that. Just basically dealing with stuff that's into what I'm into. So all this started going, and it just like everything, it was like a monopoly. Like everything just started falling in place. It was like you put the work in, God gonna make sure he gonna do everything else from there.
What were some of the things that your buddy taught you or showed you about like bringing this into manifestation?
Like first of all, I'm gonna say the guy's name. His name is King, and he was a 5%er. So you know what I'm saying. Anybody know 5%ers? Like 5%ers are Nas a 5%er, Wu-Tang, Erykah Badu, and all them people. So they believe in show and prove. So if you're talking about it, you got to be able to show it. So everything I was writing, he was challenging me. Like everything. What did you get this information from? Like you can't just say anything around the 5%er. They're gonna always ask you like, where did you get this from? So I had to sit there and study every day because I was bringing it to him like. So he would challenge me every day, like, oh, so who did you get this from? What did you learn? I'm walking around with an almanac because in prison we don't have Google. So I'm walking around with an almanac like it's 1986.
I remember those.
Yeah, so I'm going to the law library. You got law library, you got general library. So I'm going to the general library every Thursday, studying. I'm reading newspaper, seeing what's going on.
How was that? I don't mean to cut you off, but I wanted to touch on the library because the law library and the law library, there's been some drastic changes in the department when it comes to just stuff that we're able to access.
Yeah.
And one of the things that, you know, not just me, but several other people that I grew up knowing is those libraries are always out of date.
Yeah,
how did you dissect information knowing that the information was outdated, and how did you use it to kind of plot your course?
Weed everything out. Like basically, man, just my drive. Like I'm a self-motivation person. Like I would call all my friends. Like I said, I had strong family support. I could call 30 people if I wanted to. And what's the information on this? What's the information on this? What's the information on this? And I would get information from 5 different people. And then I would go back and the information they gave me, I would study on it myself and then pull everything together. So that's how I was able to do it. And like I say, man, I'm talking about, I study 24/7. Like things I'm into, I'm a nerd on it. Like I study, I come home now, study, I sit there and watch podcasts all day, podcast interviews. I watch MSNBC, C-SPAN. I never watch Fox News or CNN because one is pro-left and one pro-white. So that's why I always watch C-SPAN and MSNBC.
What were some of the, how did you start putting together the foundation for your book?
It was easy because everything was in a chronological timeline.
So this is on your life?
I was already writing this. Like, now I told you, like, I've been studying music, and not just music, but Detroit music, man, since I was a kid. So I already knew it. So I was just putting everything in order. And then also, like, when I first came home, I was so homesick. Like, I didn't want to listen to nothing but Michigan music. That's all I listened to. I had Michigan R&B. I'm talking about, like, anybody know, like, I was super homesick. I missed it home so much. So I didn't want to hear about nobody talking about they was in Lenox Mall. I didn't want to hear nobody talk about they was in Compton and nothing like that. I wanted to hear what was going on in my community, what was going on in Finkel, what was going on Schoolcraft, what was going on Plymouth, 7 Mile. So that's how it was.
How many books do you have now?
I have 3.
How long has it been since you started writing to now where you have your 3rd book?
My first book came out on Halloween 2019, and my second one came out 6 months later.
How did that feel?
It was the best feeling in the world. Like, I don't got kids, like that adrenaline rush, because like I just wanted to show people, like, man, like I feel like when I was incarcerated, like I knew that feel. Like I don't never want nobody to look at me with shame or down. So I wanted my people to be proud when my name is mentioned. So just to know that it was something that's deemed impossible, it was like, man, it was like, yeah, I told y'all. Like I'm one of them people, I'm a prideful person. So I'm one of them people like that keeps me going. Like I'm gonna show y'all this could be done. And it wasn't just that, it was just seeing the CO's face, seeing the inmate's face. Because, you know, jail stands for just another inmate line. So when they seen that stuff, I'm like, yeah, like I'm that person who I say I am.
What was that like, seeing you were talking earlier about, you know, when you first came up with this idea of writing this book, and you were out in the day room with your buddy, and people were laughing at you, like.
No, it was so crazy because everybody know, they like any facility I was at, I'm the one that was getting all the guys together to do music. So I'm the one that be writing the warden and stuff like that. Like this went on when I was in Muskegon. This, you know what I'm saying, we was in Macomb, and like Muskegon was so crazy. I did a Sweet 16 tournament. So I ain't even let the COs, nobody know. It was just, I got on the yard, I sit there, I told everybody, I said, man, come on out here. Now mind you, this could go so bad.
Yeah, good.
You got Aryan Brotherhood, you got the Nation of Islam, Sunnis, you got Bloods, Crips, you got different cities, Saginaw, Pontiac, Flint, Detroit. And me and all my homeboys, we put some money up. We put a pot up. I ain't gonna never forget, we had everybody on the yard, the whole yard. So
it's lockdown status right there.
I'm talking about, they could have shot me to level 5. The police come to me, the COs come to me. He said, if anything goes wrong, we're going to make sure that you're going to level 5.
Yeah, right. No discussion. No discussion.
There's nothing to talk about. So it went without a hitch. And it was like, I knew because I did stuff like in the streets. Like, man, I'm 21 years old. I got people rapping for me. I'm putting my own money up. I'm working. I had a regular job. I got people rapping for me. So it was just like, okay, I knew it could be done. So now everybody already knew how I moved anyway. So they was just believing. Like, people believe, but that book stuff, it's 1,000 people write books and then nobody put them out.
So okay, so yeah, so talking about the books, when it came to actually developing it and producing it, like, did you do all these things yourself, or did you have a agent, or you know, something like that, or how did that go? How did that work?
I'm a firm believer, no one man is an island. So like I'm one of the people, like I say, man, I have a lot of people who be around me always. It was like that in prison, it was like that in the streets. So the first thing I did, I contacted both my cousin Jeff. I said, man, I need a book copywritten. And he like, what? Like, what is you trying to do in there? He thinking some old prison scheme type stuff. I'm like, no, I need a book copywritten. He did it. But he was slacking. I'm one of them type people.
He said he was slacking.
Yeah, he did it, but I'm one of them type people like, man, I'm going to be on you. He seen I was serious. And when he did it, and then my cousin, I started contacting my other homeboys. So all my guys that was keeping me in the loop what was going on social media, I had about 6 different people. The main person was Terrence Mitchell. I would call him. He would give me everything from Facebook and Instagram. Now everything is happening rapid time, so I'm breaking news, everything was going on in jail. So from there, then I would contact my homeboy Richard Malone. He's sending me stuff. Then Kelly Turner. Like, I have so many people. So from there, now I got a system going on. So now I got to sit down and write this. So at the time they were just coming out with the tablets. Mm-hmm. So I'm in my bunk 3 o'clock in the morning. You can ask anybody. Everybody sleep. That's the best time for me to write because my thoughts would be clear. I'd be up typing. So I had to transfer it from the tablet to the kiosk machine. Now all this going, I got to buy stamps. I got to write this out. My hands cramping, everything. So everybody just seeing this going, and it's like, this inspiring other people. I'm like, I'm showing them, okay. So then it was so crazy. So I remember I needed a cover. So everybody was seeing what I was doing. They know my background. So they're like, yeah, we know this dude is on to something. So it was a guy, he was in the unit. He never went outside. He was a leader of a gang. Me and him was real cool. Me and him would see each other every morning in the bathroom because that's when everybody get up and shower and shave. The same people, that's a routine. So he like, man. So I tell him, my cousin, My cousin out from DC, he's not into this stuff. He did a cover for me. He said, I showed my cover. He said, bro, I got something for you. Now, this is why I never look down on nobody in prison, because you don't know who nobody know.
Mm-hmm.
This guy, he didn't live.
You don't even know who the person is.
Yeah, he went from Detroit. Now, his people just threw one of the biggest concerts in this state, in the city he was from. He calls his homeboy. He say, man, I got a guy in here, man. He need a cover. I get on the phone with the guy. I let him know how I wanted. I described it out. I said, I need the train station with smoke and everything. He said, all right. He called me the next day. I called him the next day. He said, it's done. Look on your JPay. Dude, I looked on my JPay. It was done. I said, oh.
What was which one of these was it?
It was the.
Go ahead and pick it up and.
Welcome to Detroit Deeper Than Rap.
That's dope.
So I'm gonna always remember this guy, and it's a deeper story to this guy. So after all this going on, now I got motion. So now I have a cover. It's already done. So now I got to contact my cousin Al from DC. Now he's from Detroit, but he moved to DC. So he is super busy. So I got to call him. So everything I seen, he had to manually do it himself. And put it out. After I type it, he got to type it himself. So this takes a lot of time, a lot of effort.
Yeah.
So he ended up getting it done. So he now I got to write chapters for it. Everything. It was way more extensive than just writing a book. So I'm studying every day. Like I got a addictive personality. Like when I'm locked in on something, I'm locked in on it 24/7. I don't care about nothing going on. I'm like dedicated. I'm obsessed with success. So I'm just going through it. So he say, cuz, it's gonna be ready October 31st. I said, all right. Now mind you, I only had 2 experiences where it's an out of body experience. It was me walking out of prison and me when I first seen that book done. The emotion that I felt walking out of seeing that book done, man, words can't explain, man. Because I was like, man, I gotta make my mama proud. I gotta make my stepmom proud. I got to make my father proud, because I knew how much pain I put my people through.
Mm-hmm.
So it was way deeper than just a book being done.
What was it like showing them when it was done?
Dude, it was the best for them. It was the best in the world, because it was the start of something. And like I say, man, I didn't come out to be no author and write no books. Like, man, people know I hated school. Like, so do this. Like, man, like, this was like school, like writing books. Man, I'm talking about, I went to school, man, the pussy, the get fly, like that wasn't a, man.
And what it makes that's true, because like people on the outside, if you don't buy a typewriter, you don't have a typewriter. If you don't sign up for the library to get that hour to be able to use a typewriter, you're not using the typewriter. So you either got your paper and pen, or your tablet. Man. And that tablet just, dude, man. When I was in the Jackson College program, we didn't get a typewriter or a laptop to write our papers. Yeah. Every single essay, I shit you not, was handwritten minimum 10 times. On paper.
Everything. I'm talking about, I had no formal training on how to write a book or nothing. This was, man, my first book was so raw, it was ridiculous. Because, like I say, this is something I didn't study for. I'm writing, and then I had to, I sit there, I would read other books to get the concept of it. Like, okay, because I was reading crazy in there. Like, that's all I love reading. Like, reading and studying. That's how I did my time. Anybody tell you, like, so, and once I seen that, I ain't gonna never forget when it came out. My book came in, my heart started beating fast. I said, yeah. The feeling it was to walk around and be like,
yeah, I'm an author.
Yeah, I told y'all, yeah, I'm an author. Like, it was so crazy, because it was like.
And I didn't even try to be an author.
I didn't even try to be an author. Like, so that everything was going with that. So it was just the emotion, and just to call home and tell people like it's not over.
Well, go ahead and plug your books, man. Like,
I'm talking about my books on Amazon. They on Amazon Books. Welcome to Detroit. Welcome to Detroit. The first one, Welcome to Detroit 1.5, Welcome to Detroit Part 2. Welcome to Detroit Part 2 came out June the 7th, 2025, 2024. That was the only one I wrote when I was free, and it was so crazy. The same day my book came out, that was the same day my interview from the news was airing the same day. So
how was the process different from writing inside compared to writing out here?
out here was more distractions. It was harder because now I'm dealing with life. You know what I'm saying? I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm working. I'm dealing with young ladies. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. I got so much stuff coming my way, and plus, and just me coming home, like me coming home and just getting acclimated to society.
How was that? How did you figure that out?
But getting acclimated to society.
How did you figure out what you needed to function correctly? Because as you said, with the writing the second book, you had all these distractions.
Man, first of all, like before I even came home, I remember reading a book called Thinking Out the Cell. And this guy, man, he broke down everything a person need to do that's coming home from being incarcerated.
What's the book called?
It's called Thinking Out the Cell. And like, you can ask anybody, like, when I be on a visit, I would tell them, I'm like, this is what I'm on. I was in there, man, I was purchasing savings bonds when I was incarcerated. Like, that was on my mind. So, you know what I'm saying? Just, I used to be in there studying finances because, you know what I'm saying, I know that's what crippled the black community is, not understanding finances. So stuff like that. And I knew I was coming home, I was going to be a male, I was going to be a black male and a convict.
Convicted felon, yeah.
So I got to work 20 times harder as the next person. So
stepping aside from these books, what is some of the stuff that you're doing with music?
Man, with music, like
and how did you get into it?
Man, I was doing music before I was even locked up. Like, I first started dealing with music when I was 21. And I had met this guy, and I started putting my money behind him. At first I was just managing, but I'm like, instead of managing this guy, I'm putting money behind him. You about to be under what I got going on. So then me and the guy kind of like fell out, and I started managing this other young guy and a young girl. The girl was at the time 15, the guy was 18. Now mind you, I'm only 22 years old. I'm investing everything I got going on. And how I got into that was my friend, his name is Christopher Lear. He ended up getting an artist signed to Grand Hustle at the time. So I was never a person that don't believe nothing can happen. Because this was a guy I was around all the time, and he ended up getting his artist signed to T.I. So that just sparked the idea, like, nothing impossible.
What are some of the things that you've done so far since you got out when it comes to music?
Oh, music, like far as when I was incarcerated, I helped produce a track with one of the biggest artists from Michigan rapped on the song. And then how it came about, because me personally, I don't play no instruments, but I understand, I hear music. So I was watching the movie, and we was doing an album when we was incarcerated. I ended up bumping into this guy, his name Poe Campaign. Now Poe Campaign was in the same rap group as T Grizzly, All-Star JR, All-Star Lee, and all them. And we ended up doing an album while we was incarcerated. Me and my homeboy, we had a production company. It was called Hustle Nation. So we ended up putting our money behind it. We ended up doing a partnership with him. So that right there was crazy. Like, just to see that, man, that blew people's mind, man. Just like, I remember he walked up to me. I'll never forget this. And I was walking on the yard, and I always tell this to everybody, like, people gravitate to me. So I'm walking on the yard, I got 10 people behind me. So he walked up to me, he say, bro, what you do? I say, man, first he walked in, he's like, what you do? He's like, why you didn't put me in your book? I said, man, who is you? So I went back to the unit, I asked who he was, and he was somebody. And I didn't put him in my first book. I said, we're gonna make this right. So I went, and he came out the next day, and he started telling me the background story with him, T Grizzly, and all them. They was all in a rap group together. He ended up going to jail before T Grizzly ended up going to jail, and everybody else. So I'm like, man. So when I heard him rap, I say, man, this guy is ridiculous. So my homeboy, he was going home in the next 2 months. I say, we're gonna put an album out with him in prison. That was the hardest thing I ever did in my life, because it's so hard putting an album out in prison, because for some reason the phone, when you record on the phone, it's a delay. It's like a 2 or 3 second delay.
Really?
Yes, yes. So we was contacting the biggest engineers in the city. So my homeboy ended up going home. I say, Pete, man, this is what I need you to do. We buying him. We bought all type of equipment so to make sure when we was recording, it would be clear.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, you know what I'm saying, something that filter it out over the phone. It's certain type of equipment that you need to filter it over the phone. So we recording it. The first guy was like, man, I can't do nothing with it. We wasted a bunch of money into that. Now, mind you, so we like, okay. We ended up finding another guy. Now, this other guy, his name was Ethan. Everybody records at this guy's studio. He's a white guy. I'm talking about side of record there, everybody. We end up doing that. Now, mind you, right, we had to record early in the morning because everybody go on the phone. And plus, everybody that's incarcerated know how the phone stuff is set up. The phone thing is set up where gangs run the phone.
Mm-hmm.
So you may have, this phone is for Detroit. This phone is for the Bloods and the Vice Lords. This phone is for the GDs and the Crips. This phone is for religious organizations.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to holler at them and tell them like, Pete, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pay y'all so y'all can't use the phone at this time. They was cool with it. So we recorded the album, the whole album. So now this is blowing people's mind. I'm talking about we in prison.
How did this, like, what did this even look like?
Like, dude, like, people, like,
y'all just in a line over there
like,
getting ready to get on the phone and just
like, they telling you, don't
pass
get on
it
the
to
phone.
the next one.
No, you can't get on the phone. He's recording. He's recording. He recording the whole album from the phone.
No, that's what I'm saying. So you say you had, I know that's something that you do now.
Yeah.
How many guys did you do this with?
Just him.
Just him?
He was so talented. I was like, bro, you can't wait. We can't, like, when I ran across him, I said, man, I don't care what I'm doing. We about to put some music out on this. And it's so crazy because T and them didn't want him to record. They like, wait till you come on. So, you know, T is a multi-millionaire,
Mm-hmm.
everything. So, man, he believed in us. So we end up meeting this guy. His name is MIAJC. MIAJC is one of the biggest producers in Michigan. So we was coming up with his album. I came up with the cover concept, everything. He had pictures in his tablet. I said, we're gonna use this for the album cover. He had a picture of him. He was looking at his watch. It was a jail picture. I said, peep. So I ended up getting in contact with a guy from Saginaw who did graphics.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up contacting him, and we put bars over that picture, and it said "Time is money." And he had him looking. I still got this on my phone and my tablet and everything. So we got that done. So now we come up with I say we're gonna do probably like a 9 to 10 track EP. You know, EP executive playlist, exclusive playlist. So he like, bet. So all this I'm executive producing the whole album from the joint. My homeboy, this is his first time into music, so he's out in the streets, but I am quarterbacking this whole thing. The young guy is so talented. I'm giving him a concept. He's coming back the next day on the yard and
banging
the whole
out
thing. So now he had end up knowing this guy, MIAJC. Now MIAJC got songs with T Grizzly, Sada Baby, All Star JR, every superpower that does music in Detroit. So he like, man, he gonna do the album. I'm on the phone with MIAJC every day. Now, people would get on the phone next to me to hear what I'm talking about, because this stuff is blowing their mind, like, what he on. So we're coming up with songs. So we finished the whole album or whatever, and it was so hard when we heard it. It just didn't sound right. When all this was done, now we invested a lot of money and time into this.
So when you say, I mean to cut you off, but when you say a lot of money, I know like the difference in people's perspective. Free people's perspective, a lot of money compared to
We spending free people money.
Yeah, how much did you spend on doing all this stuff on the side?
It was a lot. This was free people money. We're doing so it's just the same price as you would pay in the streets, because we're paying for of course you're paying for studio time.
You're paying for extra stuff too to make it.
And we're paying to get it mixed and mastered.
Yeah.
So anybody knows, I'm talking about, they may charge $75 an hour. But then after it's done, you got to pay to get it mixed and mastered, because you can't not do nothing without it being mixed and mastered. So all this is going on and everything. Now people on the yard, now mind you, I got books out. People was watching me putting stuff. Man, that CEO came to me. Man, he came to me, he said, bro, you got too much going on up in here, man. So that's when the warden reached out to me. The warden was like, man, at this time my second book came out. He was like, man, we're not gonna let you get the second book. You got too much going on. He said, you're showing that you got too much influence over these guys, and that could be dangerous. So I understood it. So nobody else could get my books while I was incarcerated.
So they just outright banned your books?
They banned it while I was there.
Oh, okay.
So it was like we came up with a crazy marketing plan for when the books even came out. So I understand, by me being incarcerated, I understand how prison works. So at the time we had a lot of big guys that was incarcerated that was in the federal penitentiary. We had Big Meech that was still, he was in Oregon. We had Southwest T, we had Peasy, Street Lord Wine, and Fotu Ante, which is my homeboy Mary twin brother. They was in Ohio at the federal facility. But I also knew how federal facilities work. They have a thing called, it's a car. So the car is everybody from Michigan in one car. So you may have a DC car, you may have an Illinois car. So whoever got the biggest name gonna run the car. So my whole thing was, these rap guys, I know they got a big following. I'm gonna send a book to them. So I sent the book to Peasy. I know wherever joint Peasy at, Peasy gonna have 1,000 people following him. I know Street Lord Wine gonna have 1,000 people following him. I sent a book to them. And by them being from Detroit, they're gonna pass the book like everybody gonna pass the book. Now, this is a full marketing scheme that we came up with. I'm in there, I'm calling my homeboy Terrence. I say, Terrence, go and Google where's this person at. So we seen Meech at the time was in Oregon. Send the book to Meech. Now wherever prison we knew Meech was gonna be at, he was gonna have the car. He was gonna have not only the Michigan car, but he's gonna have the Georgia car. And he may have the California car. Because you know, big as Big Meech is. So the book just started going around. So then I started sending to all the other guys that was in prison in the state facilities. So of course, once they see my name on it, the first thing people do is get a book and pass it around. Word of mouth. Then I looked up, man, I'm talking about, man, my first book had sold out. So it was like, I'm like, if I can do this being incarcerated, I say this is easy money when I come home.
How did you sell it? What did you sell it through?
I sell it through Amazon.
And okay. Break down that process. What process did you have to go through that to get it published through
That's
Amazon?
how I contacted my cousin. I told, because the guy King, he had gave me the information for the Amazon books, how to do it. And once he did it, it was fairly easy. So, but the thing is about it, you got to get somebody to believe in your dream. And it's hard. Everybody, we all got the same glasses, but we don't all got the same vision. So just to get somebody to believe in what I was doing, that's what was hard. So I called my cousin. I say, he's my age. Me and him grew up with each other. I called my cousin Al, and I told him how to do it. So he went through all the steps. Once he seen how to put the books on Amazon, man, we went from there. So he was like, how you want it, what kind of book this going to be, and all this. And we were just rolling from there. We was cooking.
So essentially you're getting everything from your books.
No, I would tell me personally, like with Amazon is making way more money than you. Because they're putting up everything. They're putting up the paper. They're putting up everything. Basically, you're just writing a book. Like from what I know now, I would go full independent. Like find your own person that prints out books and do everything by yourself. Because Amazon is taking a big share, because they're doing everything. You're using their platform, and also they're putting up the paper and everything.
Do you have any plans for another edition to the books, or maybe a different book?
Man, there's so much going on. Like, I don't know, man, I'm just a creative person. Like, man, my brain don't ever start working. Like, sometimes it'd be hard for me to slow my thoughts down. So, yeah, it's a lot, and it's so crazy because everything I'm talking about doing, I used to talk about this with my father. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've been on a visit, and my father ended up passing a year after I came home. My father supported me the whole time. So, it was like, he got a chance to see my first two books. And my father would just come up there, and it was so crazy because when I left the streets, you know, me and my father, that was my father. But when I got incarcerated, me and my father, I got a chance to talk to my father as a man. It's two men talking to each other.
Yeah.
It wasn't just no son and father. So he would come up there, him and my stepmom would come up there all day. And it would be so crazy because, like I say, my mama would be up there. One Sunday, my mama would come up there. As soon as my mama leave, my stepmom and my father would come up. And my father would come up so much where he would run out my visits. We was only allowed 7 visits a month. So I would have to tell my father, Dad, you know, I got people want to come up and everything. And it was just like, Right.
What did you encounter stepping out of the door?
What I encountered stepping out the door, it was just like,
Who was there? Who greeted you?
man, when I stepped out the door, I just wanted, I wanted to see my mama. She was the first person I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Like my father, stepmom, everybody was there. But I was raised by a single mother. That's something different, his something different. Like I was raised by my mama. My father was always there. I ain't gonna take nothing from my father. I was raised by my mama. Glenda got to be out there. I don't care what's going on. I'm talking about if, and my cousin from DC, because he believed me, he did everything. So when I came home, I ain't gonna never forget, I was the last person to walk out. And the emotion I felt, anybody I was ever mad at, I didn't even care about it no more.
Facts.
It was like, it don't even matter no more. I'm home. However way I felt about it, like God took that off my back. I walked out, I cried. I told my mom, I said this shit was hard. I don't even cuss in front of my mom, but I had to tell her, I said this shit was hard. Me and her hugged. I got in the car. I remember I walked out with some Cardi's on. I took another pair off, threw the bus on. I said, that's when I knew I was back home. I said, man, I ain't gonna never forget the whole ride. I'm riding, my cousin had rented a van. I'm riding, I'm crying. I say, man, I'm home, man. I'm home. Everything I went through 13 years of that. Everything, man. I can remember times where I be in my cell on level 4. We locked down 23 hours a day. I'm crying, like, man, thinking like, man, I fucked up my life. Knowing like, give me another chance. Give me another chance.
And it's funny in that because I remember thinking, I remember hoping that I would make it, but there would always be that question, would I make 19 years?
Yeah.
Am I gonna survive this? And it's not even just, I'm not even just talking about like the actual like potential threats that are in there. It's also with like your mental capacity, your physical, like your physical health. Cause
come on, man. Like people don't even understand. Like I just pray for my mind. If I could just, man, as long as my mind was still intact when I come home, everything else gonna fall in place.
It's funny how that seems to be I've seen some people, man, that even just only after 3-4 years, like look, when you see them when they first come in and you see them after a few years, man, and you see the change, the physical change, prison is not just a mental game.
It's everything, man. I'm talking about, like, I always tell people, the hell with a survivor putting somebody in the woods, naked and afraid, put somebody in prison. You got to worry about your life. You got to worry about eating. I'm talking about mental. It's things going on 24/7. Like, it gave me I feel like I got a doctorate in psychology because I had to learn how to watch people 24/7 because you don't know what somebody's going through. You got to be able to identify if somebody having a mental breakdown, if somebody on the edge. Like, you got to. That's why I'm like, I tell people all the time, ain't a man on earth that I ain't been around. I've been around every type of man that God created. Like, so I know how to deal with people accordingly. Like, not even on no negative side, but I know how to deal with people because I didn't see 20 people like you.
Speaking of that, how have you been able to control your frustrations and things like that when it comes to dealing with people who definitely don't live or have never lived by the same rules that we have?
I understand. Like, first of all, I understand, like, you have a thing, you got civilian. Like, a civilian don't stand on the same codes that we was taught to stand on. So I respect that. I'm not one of them type of person. If a working lady, something happened to her, she calls the police. That's what she's supposed to do. She's a civilian. She don't stand on the same codes as we do. So first of all, that's the first thing I had to understand. So just with that, or just not just anybody, like a kid, a working lady, like, man, I'm talking about, we stood on a certain type of code that everybody don't stand on.
Does that make things difficult?
It don't at all, because once you understand it, you understand how to deal with things. Like, it was just like, man, I could just coming home, man. I can remember just the conversation, we driving, and just certain things that me and my mama talked about. Like, me and my mom used to talk about life. Like, same thing with my stepmother. Like I say, man, like, man, my stepmama loved me like she gave birth to me. And I tell everybody, like, I got her tattooed on my back. She's on my shoulder. Everybody that had my back, like, and just the bond me and her have, like, me and her was always close. But when I got incarcerated, the way she rolled for me, like outside of my auntie Larissa that passed, my cousin mother, I had never seen nobody outside my mama who did that. Like, not even my aunties or nobody like that. And it was different. It was like, me and her bond is just like, just the conversation. Me and her used to just talk about life, just everything, and just, it was a blessing to have another extension of my mother with my stepmother. I was so blessed on so many levels.
When it comes to your time in prison, and you had this big network and this family cell of supportive individuals, not a lot of people have that.
It was so crazy. I understood that. That's why I don't take it for granted. But it also shows the type of person I was. I wasn't burning no bridges with people. I was a good person prior. I made bad decisions. It's different between being a bad person. Like, so that's why it wasn't just because, like, people knew what type of person I was. So they didn't mind. I never burned no bridges with nobody. I've never burned no bridges. It's people I dealt with 20 years ago that I could still get on the phone and we still had great relationships with.
What would be your advice to an individual who does have those dreams and does have goals and has no fucking idea where to start?
I'm gonna tell them, man, I'm a firm believer in this. First of all, man, like, I'm gonna tell anybody this. Like, I don't sports bet. I don't bet on Kevin Durant. I bet on Kenneth. Always bet on yourself. I'm talking about, I don't care if the world don't believe it. You got to believe in yourself. That's number one. If you don't believe it, how am I supposed to believe in it? You got to know in your heart everything is going to play out the way that it was intended, that God wanted to play out, in the way you wanted to play out. It's about imposing your will. That's all it is. Man, I'm talking about, bro. Like, I tell people, that sports background, bro, you can impose your will. You going to make it happen regardless. For sure. Everybody knew that boy going to be all right when he come home. Because I'm going to make sure I'm going to impose my will. It's not what you going to do, it's what I'm going to make. I'm going to make it happen.
What are your next steps?
My next step, man, I'm talking about, I want to be in a position where nobody in my family ever have to work again. I work diligently to make sure, man, I'm working towards generational wealth where ain't nobody have to work again. People don't know, man, I'm talking about, I work 7 days a week. I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm conditioned for this. Like, somebody got to do it. All it takes is one person, and one person can change the whole trajectory of everybody in the whole family. All it takes is one person.
That's facts.
And I feel like, man, it was placed on me. God give his toughest soldier the strongest battles. And ain't nobody did the things that was able to endure the things I've been through.
What would you say is society's biggest misconception on formerly incarcerated when it comes to the professional workplace?
What I hate about just somebody being incarcerated, and I understand it, people don't trust you. That's what I hate the most. So that's why you got to work extra harder to change the narrative.
And that's just the way it is.
That's just society. And they start trusting you when you start. But
you got to start producing.
Yeah, you got to start producing. Because, like I say, there's so many people that then came home and said one thing and did the other thing. Like,
that's so funny. Like, because for real, bro, like, the guys that I used to walk yard with, that was in the same program, like, I couldn't imagine getting out and not doing, like, every single one of my buddies is out there doing exactly what. And it's like, there's no way I can, like, not do. No, I'm gonna be rolling just right along with y'all, man, because that is real, bro. Like, when you got a circle around you of like-minded individuals, man,
that's it.
The sky's not even a limit.
No, it's not, man. I say this. I say, high sky's the limit when there's footprints on the moon.
Oh, that's hard. I'm using that. That's great.
I don't, man, like nothing, like imagine how crazy Thomas Edison was saying, I'm about to make, now mind you, light didn't even exist. We about to walk in a room and flip a button and light gonna exist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ain't nothing, to me, nothing is far-fetched to me. Nothing is far-fetched. For real. It was people, it was so crazy. The guy who did my parole hearing was the same guy who did T Grizzly parole hearing. So it was so crazy. I can never forget, I woke up that morning and I remember I had talked to my mama before. You got to decide who you want your person to be.
Mm-hmm.
I choose my mother. So I told my mama, she's a nerd. You know, my mama ain't into no street nothing. She's a square, working like everything.
I'm just a square.
I told her, I say, Pete, I don't even want you to even do my interview. I don't want you fumbling with words or nothing. So I sat down and I was talking to the guy, and the guy was so blown away with my story. He said, man, I don't even usually do this. He said, man, I would love to invite you to come to talk to my church or whatever. And
what did that do to you?
Bro, it blew my mind. I knew for a fact I was getting parole. So
right?
It was like, I started telling him, I'm like, man, all the things I did when I was incarcerated. I told him, I said, man, I took over 21 special activity classes. He was like, what made you do that? And like I say, man, I'm a firm believer you can learn from anybody. I remember it was a guy, I was in Oakland County, and the guy came in, and I used to ask, I knew for a fact I was going to prison. A guy came in, and he was like, I used to ask guys like what I need to do to go in there to make sure I, you know what I'm saying, excel.
Mm-hmm.
He said, man, go in there and take every class you can think of. And man, I'm talking about, I tell this to everybody. I took a parenting class, I don't even have kids. I'm talking about, I took crime victim awareness, thinking out the cell, cage to rage.
I did all that too, yeah.
Everything. I'm talking about anything that was signed up for. I used to send this to my mama just to show her, like, mama, I ain't in here, this ain't just no downtime to me. Like, I was so focused and so driven. Like, me and my homeboy Chan, like, that's why I say, like, man, I got homeboys, my boy Rev, my boy Chan, my homeboy T.Y., Gino and everything. But Chan in the joint, like, I didn't run across nobody like him.
Nah, facts.
He was a different type of person, man. And it was certain things that I remember, it was something crazy. You can't even do this no more. Chan got one of those mothers that she used to send him books all day. So I remember he would get books sent in, and I remember he was too, paralegal. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He said, bro, you ever thought about checking your credit score while you incarcerated? I said, now this type of stuff that don't cross people's mind.
No, it does not at all.
I said, nah. I said, all right. So I had to get I had to get a proof of incarceration.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and did a proof of incarceration. I contacted all 3 credit bureaus. We in level 4. So in level 4, the little moment you got out, it's hard.
Yeah.
So I contacted
you only get like an hour
out
by yourself.
Yes. They sent me the paperwork back. They sent me all 3 of my credit scores. It showed that somebody had applied to get applied for a car over 27 times in my name. Now this is stuff that normal people in prison, this wouldn't even cross their mind.
Mm-hmm.
I realized, I knew that I was incarcerated for a long time, that people knew this. A lot of people knew this. Remember, I had taxes being done before I left the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So if a person, they not thinking a person incarcerated thinking about nothing like this, they could get down.
Mm-hmm.
So the first thing I did, I sent this to my mama. I said, mama, let the 3 credit bureaus know that I'm incarcerated and red flag this. She did that. They red flagged anything else that was coming to my name. And just something like that just was like, dog, just like this is the type of conversations me and Chan would have.
I've had plenty of them with him as well.
Like, yeah. I never came across nobody that would even thought like this. Like, usually in prison, man, people worried about the latest sneakers, the latest jogging suit,
mm-hmm.
and what music you can put on your
bad chicks.
Yeah, and chicks. So this wasn't even on my mind. My whole thing was I was preparing myself. Like, everything I'm doing now, you can ask anybody. They knew this was happening. This was, man, I was addicted to talking about this 24/7. For real. I don't care.
Sounds like me.
Damn. I don't want to hear the price went up on the noodles, the meat stick. I don't care about none of that. what's going on in the streets, because I know that's where I'm about to be at. So.
Tell us real quick, I know we got a little bit of time left. Tell us a story that you'll never forget from inside.
It's countless stories. I ain't gonna never forget this. And
You said county?
it's not countless stories.
Countless,
But this right
yeah.
here, I never forget this. And I talk to this guy all the time. When I first came home, he was one of the first guys to take me shopping. My homeboy, Southwest Jars. And I asked him, could I tell his story before? So me and Jars came in prison the same day. I was 25 years old, he was 18. So you know, when you first walk on the rock, when you don't know nobody, of course he's walking right next to me. He's so young, me and him going to child and everything together, everything. So, and once he started getting around people his age, of course he's gonna drift off and go to his people. So, never forget this. His mama, I mean, we put our TV disbursements in together, the whole
I remember the first day I got to do that.
Man, I remember.
$111.30
Yeah,
for a black bubble TV.
We sitting there, I ain't gonna never forget this. He going to visit. I never forget this. This gonna stick with this is etched in my mind my whole life. He going to visit. He come back. So I remember the officer called his name. They was like, they said his name. He came up to the front. They told him his mama died after she left the visit. I'm like, dang. That was the first time where something was like,
She hit you.
it hit me hard. I got on the phone and called my mama. I say, man, mama. And I ain't gonna never forget, he went up to the front when they told him. And you know what I'm saying, when your family members die in there, they you know what I'm saying, they let you, they take you up to the counselor. And he didn't come back to the unit. And when he didn't come back for a couple of days, they ended up moving to another rock. And then he ended up leaving. And it was so crazy, I ended up going to Macomb. And it was this guy that was in the cell right next to me. So they from a different part. You know, it's two Southwest. You got the regular Southwest where the Mexicans and everything back in Detroit. And then you got downriver Southwest where Meech and all them from, E-Course, all that stuff. So it was a guy next to me, and he was a younger guy. And he was, I was like, man, where you from? He like, I'm from Southwest. And he told me, what part? I say, man, you know Jers? He said, that's my brother. That's my big brother. I say, what? Me and bro ended up getting cool. So he ended up, while they was on the phone, you know, they could do, brothers can do they could do phone call to phone call. They on the phone, he give me the phone, I'm talking to him. I'm like, man, what's up? I'm in here with your brother. So his brother, Jerry's brother ended up, before his brother ended up going home, that Tuesday. They rolled me out to go to level, that Thursday, rolled me out to go to level 1, Muskegon. And me and his brother talked on the phone. His brother sent me money, sent me some pictures. His brother ended up getting killed. Like, just stuff like that. Like, that, just that whole thing was like, it was deep, bro. I can remember being in St. Louis right before I came home. And I ain't gonna never forget, I was in the cell. This young guy, he's from the east side. Skeechy little dude. I remember I cut his hair right before he came home. So he ended up going home. We watching, you know, we got what's that channel when we see what happened when people get killed and stuff that we watching the joint? Crime Stoppers.
Oh, okay.
Watching Crime Stoppers. We all in the cell watching Crime Stoppers. Dude, face show up. He ended up getting killed as soon as he came home. Like, but this wasn't nothing I didn't expect because I could see where he was moving when he was in there. So it was just, man, just situations. Like I say, man, I came home and I lost so many people I love. I came home. When I first came home, my auntie or whatever, this my mother's sister. She came to see me my second day home. She drove from Lansing. Me and her sitting there laughing. My mom used to drop us off on Schoolcraft and Lauder. That's where she lived at. That's why I went to elementary school out over there. So I was able to go to middle school and everything. And when she came home, she came to visit me. And she ended up dying. I got pictures of her coming over. My uncle, my mama brother, he died. My auntie ended up dying. My father. Like, it was just a lot coming home, just dealing with so much. Like, that was the part that was hard for me, dealing with that type of stuff, because I wasn't prepared for that. You know?
You waiting this whole time?
Heck yeah. So that was hard.
What do you want to say to the people inside?
I want to let them know, like, man, don't give up. Don't give up. Like, it's not over with. I don't care if you got 2 natural life sentences. I watch people that walked out of prison that had natural life. My homeboy came home. He just came home in October. He had 37 years. This was a guy I used to talk to every day. I watched multiple people walk out that building. And just don't give up, man. I'm talking about, and if you is in there, man, I'm talking about educate yourself. Educate yourself on all levels. So even if you never coming home, you still want to be an asset to the community. You want to still be an asset to your family members. That's what I tell you, bro. Educate yourself. Like, whatever you want to.
Because nobody else is going to do it.
Ain't nobody else going to do it. In prison, man, you got to rely on yourself. The only knowledge you're going to get is knowledge that you want. So that's all I want to tell them, man. Don't ever give up, man. And just bet on yourself. Bet on yourself. Don't bet on nobody else. I understand, man. You can bet on LeBron all day, but LeBron may take days off.
Mm-hmm.
You know for a fact how much this means to you. You ain't gonna take no days off. I know for a fact I'm not taking a day off.
It definitely puts things in a different perspective when you come to that understanding that your dreams are going to be reliant upon you.
Yeah, you
all the way.
These are your dreams. These are your dreams. And of course, other people gonna come along and help you captivate them. But
there's also those ones that come along and want. You're either going to be helping somebody, working to make somebody else's dreams come true, or you're going to be working to make your own dreams come true.
I'm a firm believer. Everybody meant to be used, not misused. Everybody is supposed to be a vessel for somebody else. So we all here to help somebody else.
I mean, think about just in the perspective or the context of networking. You know, I mean, almost all of the stuff that we've talked about with you, you know, you utilized your family network.
Yeah, it's cultivating relationships, man.
You
That's everything about, like, every job. It was so crazy. Majority of jobs I ever had was through people I knew. So
would you say that it's
just don't come home and be the angry prison guy, man. That's what I tell everybody. Man. Don't nobody want to be around that person, man. Don't come home and be the angry prison guy, mad at life, all that type of stuff.
It's a waste of energy and time and effort.
People don't want to be around you like that. Like, for real. So many doors gonna close on you. Don't come home be the angry prison guy, man. That's if y'all don't remember nothing about this conversation, don't be that guy, man. For real. Don't be that guy.